I'm always keen on developing myself, and this program it wasn't just focused on appointment setting, but building yourself, and that really resonated with me. So I thought in this program, I'm not just focusing on appointment setting, I'm also focusing on bettering myself.
Bismillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Today we are joined with one of my students, alhamdulillah. His name is Eesa. Hi there, Eesa. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Eesa, I want you to give an introduction to yourself, sort of a 30-foot overview for those that don't know who you are.
Cool. So I'm 18 years old. I'm on a gap year currently. I joined a program back in June, which essentially allowed me to build my foundations in appointment setting. And then fast forward a few months, just in October, I joined the Muslim Set Circle 1%. And I essentially wanted to take my skill set to the next level. And alhamdulillah, 3 weeks into this program, I've secured a role.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. So walk me through your sales then in high ticket sales. What made you want to get into it in the first place? And what did it look like when you started back in June?
Yeah, of course. So my last exam was June 18th. And from there, I didn't know what career path to take. So I was going to take this year to explore career paths anyways. And then I came across a post about high ticket sales. And it was advertised as a sort of place where you can make income online, Kidra, etc. So it was appealing to me. So I researched it. I joined the program, built my foundational skills. But obviously everything was I was ambitious, but I was nervous. Everything was new to me, doing videos, getting feedback, role plays, and it was outside my comfort zone by a lot. But alhamdulillah, from that, I sort of built my confidence from there. And then going into the next few months, it was just applying, getting rejected. I was unmotivated, so I sort of stopped. I had a hiatus, and then I literally joined this program in October. So there was a few months where I was a bit stagnant. I made no progress, and then I realized when this opportunity came around, I want to take my skill set to the next level, and I don't want to be stagnant anymore. So I took the opportunity, and alhamdulillah, like 2 weeks in, I made big differences. And I was very motivated from the weekly calls. And then I've secured a role now, alhamdulillah, and I'm working on that now.
Oh my God. So you mentioned you had sort of a hiatus, right? You finished the program, you went through, started applying for roles, were getting rejected, and then you stopped. You got demotivated. How long was that period? Applying for roles, getting rejected, and then you taking that sort of break from applying?
I'd say it was a good 2-3 months, just because the area was new to me. And then I'm seeing brothers around me succeed. So that was sort of pushing me, but at the same time, I wasn't succeeding myself. And you pair that with the fact that this is all new. And then you look at your family and everyone around you, they have no clue what's going on. You're like, I'm better off just actually going through a proper career, right? So I was sort of conflicted, which I was on and off. So every 1 week I'd sort of be like, okay, I'll attend this call and I'll watch a few videos. And then the next week I'm like, nah, I'll leave it. And then it was on and off until October.
Okay, fair. So it was on and off until October. So what was it about the program that made you think, okay, I'm on a hiatus, let me take action and do something about it? What was the thinking there?
So, I mean, just the opportunity, right? And the way you advertised it and the way I saw it is where I'm always keen on developing myself. I've always been like that. And this program was it wasn't just focused on appointment setting, but building yourself. And that really resonated with me. So I thought in this program, I'm not just focusing on appointment setting. I'm also focusing on bettering myself. And these all work hand in hand. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to build myself. And then at the same time, I've heard of your name. I've seen some of your content. I knew a bit about you. You're Muhammad Barak. You are experienced, knew what you were doing. So I thought this opportunity, not only can I work on myself, but I can take my skill set to the next level. I can be that 1%. So I thought instead of being stagnant, I might as well take this opportunity and take things from there.
How about it? Do you feel like so far, months into it, just step outside of the conversation for a second, right? Do you feel like you've gotten that so far? So you joined with the intention to improve appointment setting and also improve yourself as an individual. Do you think so far, a month and a bit into the program, that you've gotten that so far?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact that I've attended everything regularly, I've been on top of the lessons, right? It just says a lot because I'm learning so much and I'm actually keen. Sometimes you're learning something and I know you might be a bit like undisciplined, but with this, I'm disciplined. And that's only because I feel like just like so mind boggling, like the levels to this. Obviously, this is 1%. You can be like the top 50% or something, and that's a completely different level. But with the 1%, it's just like, subhanAllah, like I'm learning so much.
When you say mind-boggling, what do you mean?
Like, for example, I had this like the other week where we were in a call, and just the fact that we're learning how to clarify everything, like what do you mean by that? How do you feel? And obviously, most of us brothers, we're not as experienced as you. Well, I wouldn't say any of us are. So we'd ask questions. Like even myself, I'll ask a question and maybe a bit silly, but I generally don't understand. And the way you can explain that, and the way it unlocks like another level in your mind where you can, it's just sort of psychology, you can understand where the prospect's coming from and how you can implement this in your future setting calls. This is like, subhanAllah, I didn't know like it was that deep.
Oh, barakallah feek. I think one of the brothers mentioned that the other day. He was like, is this a surgical discovery or is this just a normal role play that we're doing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so tell us a bit more about the offer that you're on now. What does that look like? What type of offer is it?
So it's a fitness offer. I'm DM setting and dining at the same time. Yeah, it is my first role, so I'm literally new to everything. The role itself, alhamdulillah, there's good opportunity to grow. And for me as well, it's like I got my foot in the door now. And inshallah, obviously, I plan to stay with the role for a while because I'm an asset to the business. So I'm working on myself. I'm helping the business at the same time. And then from there, inshallah, I can progress my career. It's a good like foundation. I'm building everything here.
Okay, I love what you just said. You said you're an asset to the business. That mindset shift or that statement, I don't think the majority of appointment setters can say, right? And the fact that you have that going into it is you're going to completely change your approach to everything, bi'idhnillah, just because you're going to ask yourself, how do I be an asset to the business? I am an asset to the business. How do I show that, right? And that's what to show bi'idhnillah through everything that you do. Inshallah. Okay, khair. So then when it comes to this role and you land in it, what do you feel like was the biggest factor that allowed you to secure the role?
I mean, there's many factors, and there were a few big ones. I'm not sure if there was one like overall big factor, but I'd say so. One of the big factors was the fact that the offer owner knew you and they trusted you, which alhamdulillah really helped me because obviously, if you're getting trained by someone and the offer owner knows that person and they know their abilities, then he sort of know that they can rely on taking you in because they know that they got someone that's, if I do fall short, they got someone that can help me improve that, right? And then aside from that, me personally, just because of my situation where I don't have that experience, but so for example, when I was applying to the role, I was really sick. But even then, regardless, I attended the role plays, and the brother, he stated that just the fact that I showed up and during the role play, I still performed to the level I did, even though I wasn't perfect. And he did mention there was a brother that was better than me. Just those factors of the fact that I was willing to show up, the way I came across, where I was willing to improve, even though, and I acknowledge the fact that I didn't have that much experience. And then I've got you behind me as well, helping me. They really help you get that.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Okay, one big thing that you missed out, right? And this is what the offer owner mentioned to me as well, is that the decisions you made in order to improve yourself, to put yourself in a position, bi'idhnillah, where you're even able to be considered for the role, is what really impressed them about you. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. And I said this the other day to one of the brothers, you can't control when an opportunity comes your way, but what you can control is how prepared you are for it when it does come. And Allah Mubarak, you took those steps beforehand and you joined the program and you positioned yourself in a way that when the offer came to me, khalas, I know the perfect guy. I've actually got the Fathom recording where I could show you. I literally said, listen, I know exactly the guy. His name's Eesa. Don't worry. I'm going to get him to record a loom. I'll send it over to you, inshallah. I'm all about it. Okay, khair. So then, Eesa, what would you say if you had to give advice to someone that was thinking about getting into high ticket sales, potentially getting started with appointment setting? What would you say?
I mean, just based on the lessons I've learned, right? Where I started off, I was super nervous, like just doing those role plays, asking for feedback on new videos. It's way out of my comfort zone. And after that, when I even secured this role, obviously you're still nervous because you feel like you need to prove something, And obviously if I haven't got that experience behind me, then I need to make sure I'm not messing up. And if I am, I'm taking notes and I'm just improving that the next call. So just from the lists I've learned, I think it all comes down to just taking action. That you can join a program, you can learn all the theory, but if you're not actively taking that action, and just acknowledge the fact that you haven't got it all nailed down, but you're willing to mess up and then learn from that is way better than just learning theory and staying stagnant and then obviously not getting that role, and then you're doubting yourself and you never actually make that improvement because you haven't put it into bed.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Eesa, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve you and grant you success in your role. Allahumma ameen. Is there any parting word you want to give before we close the interview?
Literally just that last bit is take action. Obviously be a bit tactical about it, but focus on taking action, trusting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and just be a bit patient, because obviously I wasn't patient, but alhamdulillah now it's paid off.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve you. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.